Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting recent updates. We start with Pablo Gavi as the Barcelona youngster recently speaks out on his rapid career rise, admitting that it's all been very fast. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Pedri as the youngster opined on Real Madrid winger's future. All good players have to be at Barcelona. Which Real Madrid winger is Pedri talking about? We are going to be looking on that in much detail as we progress. So guys, before we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Over the last few seasons, Barcelona have boasted of a breakthrough star regularly. Pedri slotted right into the starting lineup under Ronald Koeman. Iash Moriba was considered the next big thing before he eventually left. And soon after that, Barca boasted of Gavi and Nico Gonzalez in the midfield department. However, of all the very talented youngsters coming through La Masia to the first team, Alejandro Balde's rise to prominence has been the most surprising. The Spanish defender has barely, started for Barcelona. He was starting, in fact, most of the time he was playing, but for the Barca Athletic less than a season ago. But convinced Gavi with his performances during pre-season, he earned a spot over Jordi Alba and Marcos Alonso at left back, and has now been called up to the Spanish national team for the World Cup. Speaking to Catalonia Radio about his sudden career escalation, Balde said, "It's all been very fast. 4 months ago, I was playing for Barca B, and 2 weeks ago for the under-21s. Now, all of a sudden, I'm playing in a World Cup. It's a dream for me." Balde made his debut for the senior team during Spain's 7-0 thrashing over Costa Rica and admitted he was not the coolest customer when called upon by Lucho. He said, "I was nervous before going into the field, but then acted as usual. In the team, I had coincided with many Barcelona players with whom I feel very comfortable with." At just 19 years of age, Balde is not even the youngest player in the Spanish national team. That honor goes to the man of the match from Spain's opener, Gavi. The midfielder scored his 5th goal, becoming the youngest player since Pelé to score in the tournament's history. He said, "It is spectacular to watch Gavi play. Yesterday we were joking around and I called him Gavi Pelé because of the record. I'm very happy for him," Balde said, speaking about Gavi. Spain take on Germany next. That is on Sunday, arguably the biggest fixture of the World Cup group stages. Balde is not expected to start that game, but could see some minutes off the bench depending on Jordi Alba's performance. Great words there from youngster Alejandro Balde, of course, who have surprised many. Of course, he has been a revolution this season for Barca and now for his international career, being called up by Spain manager Luis Enrique after Jose Gaya picked up an injury prior to the World Cup. And it's really great to see how Balde has been. And to be honest, his rise to prominence has been really fast, as he rightly said in that interview. And of course, I think Balde is right now, for me, the best young player in the world. Barcelona have been blessed with a lot of talents. Last year Gavi rise to prominence. The year before last, it was Pedri who rise to prominence and took the best player. So I think we are blessed, and to say the future of Barcelona is in good hands. That's just what we need, because the players that we have, these are players that will hold Barcelona for a very long time. Of course, Balde played his first game for the senior team for Spain in that 7-0 thrashing over Costa Rica. Of course, he came on as a substitute. He did not start that game. Jordi Alba is preferred, by Luis Enrique over him. He's still young and he made his debut for a World Cup match. So it's something that you can understand that he should be nervous, because he has never played for the senior team before, and now playing for the senior team for the very first time, not just in a friendly match, but for a World Cup match, is something to be nervous about. So it's great to see how Balde have been rising to prominence, and he's really happy about this. Gavi also doing what he does best, scoring that wonderful goal in that 7-0 thrashing, and he took the man of the match. So I think Barcelona have great players who are still young, and we're talking about a change of an era here. We're talking about a change of an era. Um, when these players continue to play, as they grow up, they get mature, they get the experience, and when they reach the peak of their careers, I think, especially when Barca will be under a very good tactician, then you will see the Barca coming back, the Barca in the yesteryears coming back. So let's hope that our Barca players continue to perform very well in the World Cup. You know, Spain have up to 8 players. Luis Enrique called up to 8 players for the national team. It's a record-breaking number because no team right now in this World Cup, no team has up to 8 players for one club, and Barcelona have 8. So that tells you a lot about how, the talents that Barcelona have right now and the trust that Luis Enrique have for the players in FC Barcelona is great. Then on to the next story of discussion. In an interesting turn of events, Marco Asensio appears to be, getting quite well with Barcelona players in the ongoing FIFA World Cup. The Real Madrid forward was one of the star performers in Spain's 7-0 thrashing over Costa Rica in the opening match. After the game, the attacker went on to hail some of the Barcelona performers, including Gavi and Alejandro Balde. This came after reports suggesting Barcelona's interest in Asensio, whose current contract at Real Madrid expires at the end of the season. He is one of many players unsure about their futures at the Santiago Bernabeu next season, although there were whispers that Real Madrid may hand the attacker a contract extension. Asensio's future remains largely uncertain. In a recent press conference, Barcelona midfielder Pedri has dropped his verdict on Asensio's future, during which he was further fueled the speculations over the Real Madrid frontman potentially joining Barcelona. He said, "He has a lot of quality. Let's see what happens with his contract, but all good players have to be at Barca. Let's see what happens with his contract, but he has plenty of qualities. It is a decision that he has to make," said Pedri in an interview with El Paradiso. The Barcelona ace, who turns 20 today, ran the Spanish midfield quite well against Costa Rica and played a vital role in offering the transition into the final third. Asensio, for his part, has remained tight-lipped about his future, but there is a possibility that the forward could be approached by Barcelona sooner rather than later, especially with the Catalans having heavy networking inside Spanish national side. However, it is too early to draw any conclusion about Asensio's future, although the Spaniard has struggled with form and fitness over the past couple of years. Real Madrid are well aware of his credentials and the experience he brings to the table. Perhaps a lot can be clarified after the World Cup, and Asensio's performances in the competition could go a long way in determining his fate in the coming season. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.